Hello, hello. This is for all you wedding photographers out there because we have the same questions over and over every single time we shoot a wedding. We are going to deep dive into creating the epic, most amazing shot list for your wedding. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Kate. For every single wedding that I photograph, for every wedding that I photograph, I have a very custom tailored shot list that I have for that wedding because that will ensure that I don't miss any essential moments. But not only that, it helps me deliver such a cohesive, incredible, unique gallery. And I'm going to tell you everything that I do in preparation for my weddings, and it allows me to get the ultimate gallery for my clients. So let's get started. As a wedding photographer, I find so much value in having such open communication with my clients. They know that they can reach out to me anytime. And that's established in our initial consultation. This happens before we even book them in. It happens after we book them in. There's questions, there's guides, there's all of this. So I'm building up this trust with my clients, and they know that I'm professional, I know my job, and I can help them. And we establish their visions, their vibes, their wants, everything that they have envisioned for their wedding is something that we go through in very specific detail because I need to understand each of my clients, because every single client they're going to have a very different vision for their day. They're very different people. And I want to be sure that I'm going to have that and I'm going to be able to portray that in their galleries for them. And to be able to portray that in their gallery, I need to create all this backlog and this buildup to be able to create this epic shot list that is going to be able to relay that and actually communicate that in their story. Because every wedding is unique, they're going to have different events, different key things at their wedding, different family members that may be important. They may do an incredible first dance. They may just do a very basic first dance, and they might do a big show. So understanding the course of their events of the day is going to help you get a feel for what it is you need to be prepared to capture too. So let's deep dive a little bit into what you need to capture as a general wedding photographer. And I say this because there's some very obvious moments that you have to photograph. You have to photograph getting ready if that's going to be in their timeline, doing up the dress, having that first moment with their mom if that's who's doing up their dress, or their maid of honor, whoever it might be. Then you need to capture the emotion, the doing, the different angles. Make sure you capture that variety all the way through to walking down the aisle, having a first look if that's what they're having, and their reception, the cutting of the cake. These are all very obvious things. If you are beginning as a wedding photographer, you should have all of this outlined on a piece of paper, on your phone, whatever's convenient for you, but you need to make sure you have all of this outlined. Yes, it might be obvious to an experienced wedding photographer and a general person looking through their gallery, but if you haven't noted that they want to do a first look with that dad and you miss that, you don't get it back. So note everything, have a plan, have a course, and understand the events of their day. There's going to be a time in a wedding day, I like to do it right after the ceremony, is doing family portraits. It's about the only time of the day that I have my clients actually stand, smile, and look at my camera. And you want to get it done. You want to be efficient. You want to carry on and do the fun stuff. No one wants to stand and smile at camera. Let's be honest. Nobody does. So you want to be very efficient. And I send this out in a big questionnaire prior to the wedding, a few months, so that they have time to really pick this through. And that is to create a photo list of I say it like this because we've got all the bridal family portraits. We've got all the groom's portraits. We've got mixed groups. We've got family, whoever they want to photograph. You want them to list every single person so that when the ceremony is over, the officiant or whoever's actually running the ceremony and has that mic in hand can announce, hey, we're doing family photos. Stick around. Don't go anywhere, because you need one person to go to the bathroom. It stops everything, or it changes your list. And then you are not 100% as to who is been photographed and who has not been photographed. By having this list, it allows not only your client to not have to worry the day of, it allows you to be able to know you're getting absolutely every shot list, every combination of people. You've got every single person you have on this list, and you've got that photograph. You know that is nailed, and you can be efficient with it. Because I have done a couple family photo shoots in the wedding day, and they were not efficient because they decided that they're going to have every aunt, uncle, cousin. I lost my voice. I had about 100 people in front of my camera, and I can't tell you how long it took to actually coordinate everybody and get them all organized, but it was important to them, and it was organized as much as we could, but trying to referee that many people was a bit of a I'm going to reiterate again, every wedding is unique. You're going to have different religious experiences. You're going to have different traditions that they might need to capture. And you need to do some research as to what it is. I recently just did a Jewish wedding and it was so much fun. It was like this big, I forget the name of it. They did this big entrance in the reception where they had them up on the chairs and they were bouncing and they were all dancing. So it was the most like powerful, emotional family experience, a wedding I've ever experienced. And it was so amazing. And if I hadn't have researched what this was, because I haven't done a Jewish wedding before, and I just, not to be ignorant, I don't understand what their traditions are and stuff. So I did research on it. So I knew what I was going to be experiencing, but actually like being in there, I couldn't take as many, like I couldn't take enough photographs. I was video and it was so cool. But like understanding what their requirements are and who they are as people will help you be able to like, I mean, you clearly don't need that on a shot list, but understanding what you're going to be photographing is huge because it allows you to be able to document it properly for them. While having a shot list is very important and very valuable, especially starting out, you have to be willing to bob and weave a little bit. You have to be flexible. And there's going to be some times where your bride or groom or even someone from the guests or the family members say, hey, can we do this photograph? No problem, let's do it. But you can't get sidetracked because you have to go back to what you were doing before. And something that I've actually experienced a lot lately is brides giving me a must shot list. And they are literally giving me the must shot list that I did when I did my very first wedding was, okay, make sure I get the first look, make sure I get this, make sure. And I'm like, of course I'm photographing you walking down the aisle. I'm not going to look the other way and stare at the beach. So being able to communicate that with my client and say, I've got you. Trust me. I've got these big moments and I will keep an eye on your shot list. I will review it before your wedding day, but I'm not going to spend the entire day staring at my phone because that's going to completely diminish all my creativity and be able to capture those candid in the moment moments for them. Really building up that trust with your clients is going to allow them to then turn to you and say, I know you've got this. We've chatted enough times. We've got the shot list. You've got your inspiration photos, whatever they've provided to you is huge and valuable. You can now go away and create what you need to be able to create this unique and very specific gallery and shot list for your wedding for this client. No one wants their wedding to be the same as everybody else's. Everyone wants it to be unique because it is unique in their own way. So there you have it. Those are my biggest tips for creating that must-have shot list for your clients is to have that consultation with them, understand what they're after and the vision that they're after, because that might dictate how you photograph it a little bit more. You want to understand any essential moments they have in the day and document it. Do not miss anything because you don't get to retake this day. Planning group shots and also your family photographs, incorporating any religious or traditional things. These are all going to make their day for them. So make sure you have all of this included. You've discussed it 1,000 times before your wedding day and you have it all outlined because you need to make sure you're prepared also because you don't want to be asking your clients questions on the wedding day. It'll happen, but if you're as prepared as you possibly can be, it's going to eliminate that for them. If you like this video and you found some value in this to be able to be a little bit more confident at your next wedding, because it can be a little daunting, especially doing your first wedding and understanding the way of the day and what you're going to photograph, hit the like button and hit that subscribe. I have new videos coming out every week with tips, tricks, all my pro tips for you as to how to up-level your business, how to really grow things for yourself and improve your photography. So check back next week. There'll be something else there for you. And until then, have a great week.